Welcome to Sergio Creativity.
Welcome! In this session, we're going to learn how to construct the partitive case. Don't worry about the grammar name, just think of it as the sum hook. In English, we say, I see a car, or I see cars. In Finnish, if you are talking about an unspecified amount, or if you are in the middle of an action, the word needs a special hook at the end. There is no writing and no memorization. If you need a moment to think, just hit the pause button. Part 1. The basic hook, a or a. The word for juice is mehu. Student, how do you say some juice? Mehua. Good. Now remember vowel harmony. If the word has dotted vowels like a, or y, the hook must also have dots. The word for shampoo is shampoo. Actually, let's use t, work. It has dots. Student, how do you say some work? Työtä. Perfect. Now put it in a sentence. I have is minulla on. Some work. Minulla on työtä. Part 2. The E words, the double T hook. Some Finnish words are short and end in a single e. Think of these words as being a little weak at the end. To make them strong enough to hold the some hook, we give them a double T. The hook becomes ta or ta. The word for letter is kirje. Student, how do you say some letter or part of a letter? Kirjettä. Exactly. I am writing is kirjoitan. Tell me, I am writing a letter. Kirjoitan kirjettä. Perfect. Because you haven't finished the letter yet, it takes the partitive hook. Part 3. The NN mask. Sta or sta. Now we have a very common group of words ending in NN. Think of NN as a mask. Before we add a hook, we must strip the mask off. When you pull off NN, you find an S underneath. Then you add your hook. So the ending becomes sta or sta. The word for green is vihreä. Wait, let's use sininen, blue. Student, strip the mask. What is some blue? Sinistä. Correct. What about the word for Finnish person, suomalainen? Strip the mask. Suomalaista. Excellent. I speak is puhun. Tell me, I speak Finnish. Puhun suomea. Close. For the language, we just use the word for the country, Suomi. When we speak it, the I changes to an E and we add the simple hook, suomea. But for I speak, about, a Finn, you were correct with suomalaista. Part 4. Matching adjectives. In Finnish, adjectives are like shadows. They must do exactly what the noun does. If the noun has a hook, the adjective must have the same hook. The word for cold is kylmä. The word for water is vesi. Water is a bit special. Its partitive hook is ta. So some water is vettä. Student, if some water is vettä, how do you say some cold water? Kylmää vettä. Brilliant! You added the hook to both. Part 5. Personal pronouns. Even people can be hooks. When a verb happens to you, like he loves me or I see you, we use the partitive. Me in this form is minua. You is sinua. The verb to love is rakastaa. Student, how would you say I love you? I love is rakastan. Student, rakastan sinua. And how would you say he loves me? He is hän, loves is rakastaa. Student, hän rakastaa minua. Perfect. Part 6. Logic review. Numbers and negation. Let's finish with two very important rules. Rule 1. Any number higher than 1 pulls the partitive hook. Rule 2, any negative sentence, I don't have or there isn't, pulls the partitive hook. Student, the word for car is auto. How do you say two cars? Two is kaksi. Kaksi autoa. Good. Now, I have a car is minulla on auto. But how do you say I don't have a car? Minulla ei ole. Minulla ei ole autoa. Outstanding. You've just learned how to handle the most complex part of Finnish grammar. You aren't just memorizing, you are building the language using its own internal rules. Nähdään pian. See you soon.